Hello guys, this is Gio here, and this is gonna be the first part of the Dungeoneering guide, free to play Dungeoneering guide. And basically, we're gonna start at Berthope. Everyone should have this lodestone, and you go south. Basically, I'm just gonna tell you how to get the ring and just get started on the most basic parts of Dungeoneering. I made a Dungeoneering guide before, but basically, you had to read all the information. So this time, I'm just gonna tell you about it. You can just listen to me, maybe play RuneScape while you're listening to this video. You don't even have to have it on. But I'm just going to tell you what happened. So basically, keep on going past Taverly, south past Taverly, and you go behind the bank over here, and you'll see this ring icon. Okay, you talk to this guy called Brill, Thug, Star of Terror, whatever guy, and you sell. Yeah, right click, left click, sell. You get to this dungeoneering place, and you keep on going up. Just keep on going and keep on going. And you might be wondering, what is dungeoneering if you haven't heard of it? Dungeoneering is basically you just do what the skill says. You go into dungeons and you kill bosses and stuff. Basically, what you get is in free to play. You get the very useful prayer necklaces. You get the best short bow. The second best melee weapon behind the corrupt dragon spear, but the corrupt dragon spear is 5 mil, so this thing usually is much better. Best magic amulet, melee, range amulet, best offhand magic bonus item. There's also a gem bag, a coal bag. They both help you carry coal and gems. So it's very useful, melee or skilling. There's also a smithing scroll. Okay, so what you do is when you arrive here, you see the bank icon over here. Talk to this guy. And basically, you gotta ask, what is this place? And then he'll give you the ring, and that's how you do it. At the start, you're gonna have to start with complex 1 because when you start at dungeon level 1, you have to start at complex 1. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to complex 1 just to show you how you're supposed to do this. Okay. Yeah, this is just part 1, so shouldn't be that bad. Okay, so what you do is when you arrive at your dungeoneering place, in the dungeon, I mean, you're gonna be given a set of armor, a set of armor for melee, magic, and range. What's gonna happen is it's gonna take your stats and then it's gonna minus 20 out of them, and then it's gonna put the highest tier armor that you can wear after your stat is subtracted by 20. So obviously, if your stats are above, I think 60, because the armor still requires only 40 defense, unless they changed it. I don't know. They may have changed it. Let's say 70. Then you'll get the highest tier free to play armor, which is only tier 5, Fractite, Brill, and Droma Leather. So what you want to do is when you first start out, you have to bind a weapon. You only get one bind slot, and what you're going to do is you're going to right click and left click bind. So I'm just going to do this, just test it out. I already binded all my slots. So what you're going to do after you bind is you're going to right click the smuggler, left click bind setup, and it's going to show you all the different kinds of binds you have, and just drag your weapon and put it over here. After you do that, you check mark it, and then you press the arrow over here. The check mark means that every time you start a new dungeon, which means you kill the boss and you click in on the ladder, you'll start with this load setup. The arrow just means you're gonna wear this setup. Okay? So basically what happens is go through the doors and you kill stuff. Like this guy, kill, kill, kill. Guardian Door means you have to kill everything to open the door. Should be pretty common. You'll figure that out pretty soon. They drop food, they drop coins. You can't bring anything out of the dungeon, and the coins aren't useful anyway. It's just rusty coins. So it's basically strictly dungeoneering items. Yeah, keep killing them. When you start with complex 1 dungeon, which is where you're going to start off if your dungeon level is number only level 1, is that there's going to be no bonus rooms, which means you have to clear everything, kill everything, everything is mandatory. Yeah. Well, not kill everything since it might not be a guardian door, but you get what I mean. So basically, you keep on going, get the key. See, this is just dead end, so just leave. No point in killing this guy unless you want to. I won't bother. And basically, you go back. Also, what helps in dungeoning is some magic level too. If you press the home teleport, it automatically just teleports you to the smuggler over here. Of course, you can get interrupted while you're teleporting. So you keep on telling, putting the door. Okay, I'm just gonna skip most of these, just for sake of time. Okay, so for this person, he has prayer. Unlike you, this person somehow has 100% deflection, so you have to switch your weapons if you want to fight, or you could just wait it out and kill the spider. It's up to you. It doesn't really matter. Basically, what you're gonna do is you're gonna kill this person. Yeah. Shouldn't be that bad. Okay, so once you kill this person, there's gonna be a dungeon ladder at the end. If you right click it and left click in dungeon, and asks you, do you wish to leave the dungeon, and you click yes, and then it'll go down to the next floor. Yes, and continue. Yeah. Let me see. Complex 1 still. Okay, so after, what's gonna happen is it's gonna change to complex 2. Complex 2, I think it gives you the armor still, or the weapon still. I'm not sure if it gives you the armor. What's gonna happen is eventually you have to bind your stuff, otherwise eventually you won't have armor and weapons when you start the dungeon. So I'm gonna test it out just to see. Complex 2, maybe, let me see, does it tell you? Complex 2, let me see, enter. You still get the weapons and stuff. I think complex 3 you only get the weapons. Complex 4, 5, 6 you get nothing. uh, Eventually what you're gonna do is you're gonna unlock complex 6, and you should only do complex 6 since you don't lose any um uh, exp, because if you do complex 1 to complex 5 you lose a percentage of your exp. It's pretty high actually, I think. Like, look at this: 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, and 0. So obviously, also what's gonna happen is when you do this engineering, there's gonna be member skill doors. You can't do them, it's impossible. So they're basic doors you can't open, but don't worry, in free to play dungeoneering you're gonna be able to finish the dungeon even with the member doors. You just won't be able to get a perfect dungeon. That's why it's just really hard to level up. So I think I'll end my first part 1 of dungeoneering video over here. If you have any questions, you can PM me. I'm Geoshin. Add me friend list. PM me. I'm always on private on. So even if you're not my friend, you can just message me for a general question. I mean, this skill is like my highest skill. I got 107. So I know almost everything. I have almost all the puzzles memorized. And oh yeah, if you when you just start dungeoneering, what you should do is go to runescape.winkia.com, and what you want to do is you want to search the dungeoneering puzzles, and it'll show you all the puzzles with you. When I started out dungeoneering, which was whenever the skill came out, a long time ago, I always had two screens open. This screen where I had all the dungeoneering puzzles with me, so I could easily check them out while I was doing it. Okay, because it shows you everything, literally everything. You don't need nothing. Okay, so it showed you everything. I had this open with me the whole time for doing these. Yeah. So I hope this guide helped. I hope it's improvement from the first guide, which didn't really help at all. It basically was. It would have been better if I just read you the stuff, right? So this one, hope this helped. Part two will be coming out soon. This was just a basic bare bones. Part two, I'm gonna go more in depth. Part three, more in depth, more in depth. Okay. I hope this helped. See you later, guys.